Hi everyone and welcome to Shaluso. And today we are going to be talking about the new models from Cartier. Over the past weekend they had Watches and Wonders where all of the Richemont Group brands released their newest models for the year 2020. It had novelties from Cartier, Vacheron Constantin, JLC, IWC, Panerai, Montblanc. All of these released new models over the course of the weekend. Some of them gave a little bit of advance notice. But it was a really great weekend for watches, just seeing all of these new things being displayed online, showing that the watch industry is adapting essentially to the current circumstances and to a degree adapting to how things are done these days anyway. With social media, you don't need to have a huge trade show, you can just put everything online. But in any case, today we're going to be talking about a brand that is very close to my heart and very close to my wrist, and that is of course Cartier. And they did release a new Pasha, but I'll talk about that at the very end. But if you do want to jump to that, there's a link in the description so you can jump ahead. But first, I'm going to be talking about what I think is one of the most interesting additions to the collection for 2020, and that is the Cartier Asymetrique. This is made for their Privé collection, which are extremely limited edition, limited production pieces that tend to hark back to previous designs, really highlighting Cartier's strength as a design house. In this particular case, it's a parallelogram, so it's like a normal rectangle that's been sort of put on an angle. They've obviously adjusted the strap so it fits all in with that, the dial fits in with that, the movement, etc. But the big thing is it showcases how ahead of their time Cartier always has been and how timeless their watches truly are. Because this is a design that originates in 1936. But if you look at the release today, whether it be in the red gold, the yellow gold, or the platinum, it looks perfectly contemporary. It doesn't look like an old ancient watch or an ancient design. It looks perfect for the times, and it'll probably look perfect in another 70 years when they re-release it again. This particular edition is going to be limited to 100 pieces for each metal, so 300 in total, and I'm expecting they're probably going to be highly sought after, much in the same way that other Privé models like the Crash, for example, have been in the past. So definitely a great exercise from Cartier in embracing their history and showing that they really are the quintessential design house when it comes to making timeless designs. Next, we have the Santos Dumont collection, which is obviously a part of the Santos collection, where again, we've got a few more limited editions. In these cases, what they've done is they've released 4 new models, all in different metals again, all in limited production. But what they've done is they've made each one themed after one of Alberto Santos Dumont's aircrafts. Now I say aircrafts because Alberto Santos Dumont was an aviator. He was the one who originally commissioned the Santos, which was the first pilot's watch ever made. But he was an aviator in the sense that he flew several different things. He was around at the time where airplanes weren't the only solution to air travel. He flew dirigibles, he flew balloons, he flew the descendants of what we look at as today's conventional airplanes. So he was definitely an aviator through and through, and what Cartier has done to celebrate this is they released models named after and inspired from a lot of his aircrafts. My personal favorite is Le Mademoiselle. Even though it's probably not one I would wear myself, I just love the style, and what they've done is they've made the strap and even the dial pattern, it's inspired from a Panama ad, which Santos was known to wear a lot of the time. And I think it's just a very daring design. It's a unique way and unique take on, bringing that texture and translating it into a watch and a watch strap. And also I do like that it has the red cabochon instead of the blue. If you've seen any of my previous predictions videos and other times that I talk about what watch companies should do in the future, I love the use of red in watches. I think it's a very underused color, so anytime it comes out, I'm always happy to see it. And also another addition to the Santos collection was the Santos ADLC. So this is a full blackout version of the Santos that we've come to know and love over the last 2 years. So it features obviously the quick switch, the smart link technology to quickly resize the bracelet and change it. But they've also given it the ADLC treatment, which is amorphous diamond-like carbon. It's said to make it a lot more scratch resistant than normal PVD. And on top of that, you benefit from that matte blackout look. So a great addition to the Santos line. Obviously they've had blackout watches within it before, but this is the first one for this new generation of Cartier Santos. So another great little addition and expansion to the collection as well. And then last but not least, we need to talk about probably the star in my view of Watches and Wonders in general, and definitely the star of Cartier's novelties, and that is the new Cartier Pasha. Now, I'll admit, I was a bit nervous when I heard that this was coming out. I saw a few sort of teaser shots that Cartier released. My worry was that on the one hand, for the love of watches, I wanted it to be a good release. I wanted it to look good, I wanted it to be capable, etc. But on the other hand, I just bought my Pasha about 8 months ago, and I really didn't want to like the new one more than mine. Thankfully, I got to have my cake and eat it too. They released an amazing watch, however, I'm still happier with mine. With the new Pasha, what they did is they really brought it back to the original design by Gerald Genta in the 80s. It's much more streamlined. They've released it in 2 sizes, much like they do with the Santos line, so it's a 35mm and a 41mm. The thickness has been reduced to only 9.5mm while still having a display case back and 100 meters water resistance, which I think is a testament to Cartier's engineering. If you look at their Calibre de Cartier diver, for example, that was 300 meters water resistance, and also I think was 12mm or even a bit under 12mm if I'm not mistaken. Extremely, extremely thin. So Cartier is still managing to engineer the style that they're known for. Getting back to the Pasha though, it features a ton of new technology in it that obviously isn't present in my one. There's the manufacturer caliber, the 1847 MC. They have a display case back, they have the quick switch and the smart link so you can easily change bracelets and straps. It comes with an accessory strap as well. One of the challenges with the hinge lugs on mine is that the screws are very, very stiff, so it does sometimes make it very difficult to unscrew it and remove the bracelet. And on top of that, it means that you always need to go custom, whereas now I'm guessing Cartier will start making a lot of options for these new Pasha models. And the biggest improvement in my view is that they seem to have refined the crown. Hopefully that makes it easier to grip. That's probably my only big complaint about this, is I hate winding it because the crown is so tiny and it's not very separated from the case, so it makes it really, really hard to wind it. But definitely a great addition. I'm very glad they brought it back. I'm glad they did it so well, they did it justice, and I'm curious to see what they do in the future with this line, to see how they differentiate it from the Santos, because right now, spec for spec, they're very, very similar. But those are my impressions of the 2020 Cartier new releases. Let me know in the comments below, what do you think of these? Which one was your favorite? What do you think they did well? What do you think they could have done better? And what do you want to see from some of these newer models in the future? And of course, if you want to see more pictures and infographics, make sure you follow me on Instagram at Shaluso. And if you want to see new watch videos, make sure you subscribe to the channel as well and hit the notification bell so you can get notified every time I put up a new video. And last but not least, of course, thanks for watching this video, and we'll catch you on the next one.